Absolutely. No one's here for no good reason. I'm going to guess double guard pull here. Oh, beautiful.
Wow, what
timing.
a nice takedown.
Beautiful ankle pick. The timing, I've been saying this, like you know your opponent's going to double guard pull. You're either going to double guard pull with them, score the advantage on the way up, or you're going to time that takedown on the way down. Kennedy, beautiful job anticipating his opponent's guard pull. Probably got his opponent thinking he was about to do the same thing.
That was incredible
Great
timing.
ankle pick. The timing was flawless.
Gilson Nunes is now down 2-0 to Kennedy.
Kennedy's the top game there, steady in that combat stance. You get Nunes trying to suck him in. Trying to play a lasso guard there, NoGi, which is interesting because
interesting choice, right?
Yeah, it could be annoying. Like it does really get in the way. It can buy you time, but it doesn't really serve any offensive purposes.
It might bite him. It might bite him. You know, Kennedy looks to appear that he's very aggressive on his feet, and he could turn this into not only 2 points but some guard pass. This is an interesting match because, like I said, it's the first time for both of these gentlemen being here in the finals.
Yes.
But also, this is the first year of black belt for Kennedy.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't make that big of a distinction between the brown belt and black belt. It's more the experience. I think there's that, but they come with experience as well. The kind of technical level there, the bar really is raised at the black belt division. But if you're a dominant brown belt and you walk into the black belt division, you're going to hang. You may not win, you may not make it to the final your first year, but you're going to be giving everyone a run for their money.
Yeah.
And when they do make it to the final, I'm not really surprised. Like, I'm not surprised as someone who just got their brown belt.
I can understand
makes it
that
to the
perspective.
final.
I also think it depends on the athlete because we've seen a lot of high-level brown belts that have done really well, and then they got to the black belt, and it'd be a completely different league, a completely different ballpark.
My whole philosophy is I don't believe in rushing people to a new belt. I think there's no such thing as a universal standard. Everyone has their own standard, and you have to be measured. Your coach, your instructor has to
Kennedy's
measure.
doing a great job of controlling the bottom foot there. He might turn this into a guard pass.
Well,
he did just achieve the double.
Well, what he wants to do now is get Nunes' hips off the ground. The closer Nunes' hips are on the ground, the harder it's going to be for him to actually stack him. He's got to get his hips off the ground, and then he can start looking to force either Nunes on his
What do you
knees.
think? What do you think Nunes should be doing?
Well, one thing I like to do is like stiff arm with both my arms, push my hips up in the air. So I try to make my body as straight as possible. Once I go stiff arm on my opponent's wrist, then I can drop my hips to the ground.
Right.
And free my knees. Once the knees are free, you're good to go.
Kennedy looking really aggressive in this guard pass here.
He's got to
pick
trying. He's got to pick a side though. He's not. He's kind of committed to the center there, and eventually you have to pick a side, either left or right, but you got to go. I think buy-in time there might be his strategy since he's winning. He's got 7 minutes to go. He's up by 2.
Yeah, he's up 2-0. He knows that. You should see the bottom Nunes trying to aggressively get these 2 points back, or maybe he's trying to turn it into a submission here. We don't know. But I can tell you there's under 7 minutes left, and right now it's all Kennedy.
So if I were Kennedy, what I'd be trying to do is trying to get my opponent to force him on his knees, right? Because passing there's going to be difficult. Nunes is way too flexible. Now, don't get me wrong, could do it. I think Kennedy could definitely achieve a pass there. But I think a more realistic strategy might be forcing his opponent on his knees, score that advantage, attack the back, take it from there.
Well, Nunes is showing some very good guard retention, but he's got to turn this into some sort of some sort of point.
Too defensive. He's
whether
got time.
Whether he's attacking or putting the pressure on Kennedy that he could be sweeping. Right now, it's all Kennedy.
He needs to turn it on. He needs to switch gears. Kennedy, surprisingly, is being more aggressive, even though he's winning. That's normally not the case when someone's up on points.
Now, Kennedy, talk about Kennedy's road, because I know you've been here all weekend. How has he fared up in these other matches? Have they been close, submissions?
Well, we actually haven't had a chance to see him on the live stream. This is the first time where I have seen him at least, so I can't comment. But I know he's hungry, man. I always appreciate the young guns coming in with a lot of – they feel like they have a lot to prove, and they're happy to be in the black belt division.
Right.
And,
the one thing that I noticed with the brown belts coming into the black belt division for the first time is that in that under 2 minute mark, that's when you sort of see their strategy and game fall apart, because they're used to a much shorter, not a much shorter, 2 minute difference in competing. And they've perfected that window of the match in their capacity. Now they have an extra 2 minutes.
Yeah, you do feel the difference because like it's almost like your mind it adapts to that certain time frame. Like I normally keep the rounds at the gym around like 8 minutes because it's kind of like in between for everyone. But people do adapt to that because you think time's about to be up and then you got 2 minutes left, and you know that could be something that could infringe in or get in the way of your win.
Do we know how long Nunes has been a black belt?
I don't know that. I'm gonna guess not long. That would be my guess, but I wouldn't know for sure.
We might have to get a confirmation from the Flow Grappling content team. Howell Teague would be the man to know that, or Chase, or Reed. They always have all the knowledge there. And I also know, I probably would check his BJJ Heroes page.
Maciel with the double underpass there, and he's getting there a lot, but I wonder if his strategy is just to hold, or if he's maybe just trying to wait till he passes at the end, or because he doesn't seem to be trying to pass. He's doing a good job keeping that position, but he's not really shooting for the pass or the back.
Yeah, we'll see now. This is where we see the change in the pace, the last 4 minutes. What's the strategy? Was Nunes doing? Do you think that Nunes was just sort of getting a feel for his guard pass attempts and knowing what to do and execute in the final 2 minutes? Or is he just being outworked right now?
He's just been outworked. He's having a hard time finding his game. Like Kenny's really neutralized his guard there with that double under. I typically advise people never let people get double unders on you. Some people do that well, but all they can do is prevent you from passing. They can't really sweep you or finish you.
Right.
I mean, it's not impossible to do so, but it's unlikely. So why would you want to be in a position where you can't really finish or sweep? It's kind of like being in someone's close guard. Why would
Nunes is doing a good job at kind of sort of coming in and out, not really committing to a guard pass, but then getting out when it gets a little bit too hairy and playing this clock.
Yeah, he's doing a good job just stacking there, but not really necessarily moving forward with it. What Nunes has got to do is stop getting stacked. Like he's letting Kenny get underneath him way too easily.
Nunes, it seems like Nunes is showing some great guard retention, though. He hasn't seemed to be threatened by the guard pass once.
No, that's the thing about a lot of these guys that
and
allow the double unders is that they get comfortable enough to not allow their opponents to pass. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, in this case he's losing the fight. That doesn't work in his favor. Like, why would you want to, Nunes really got to free those knees and stop Kenny from getting there, because this dynamic right here, this flow is really favoring Kenny because he's up by 2.
Right, and you see him getting underneath that leg a lot. He might try to shelf that and come up on top. Can he turn it into a leg lock?
Yeah, I wouldn't have switched that 50-50 because...
What if he comes up with it? That could be the favored position for him.
If it's
coming up on a 50-50 top.
If it's his favorite move, I maybe would have stuck that single X person. I think 50-50 tends to be more of a... It's easier to shut someone down from a 50-50 than from a single X, but you're right. It might be his move, and that's exactly where he wants to be.
Well, we are live here at the Black Belt World Championships in the lightweight category. I'm with Robert Drysdale, and all the action's live on Flow Grappling. Check it out. We've had some crazy matches.
Yeah, it's been. And I was talking to Tyler and Hiwell about this. This has been the best NoGi world so far. Every year it's getting better. It makes me excited for next year already. We've had some awesome performances, some surprises, a lot of newcomers. Like we see this new generation coming. Like anything else in the world, like the new generation always outdoes the last. They're standing on the shoulders of giants. They come, they're building off knowledge that came before them and efforts of other people that came before them. And it is a testament to the beauty of Jiu-Jitsu and how much Jiu-Jitsu as a whole has grown. And every generation that comes along is better and better.
Absolutely.
And that's good for Jiu-Jitsu, guys. This whole old school, new school thing is nonsense, guys. You shouldn't even think in those terms. You should think in terms of Jiu-Jitsu is getting better every year, and that's what we should be appreciating.
And we see even just a double amount of registrants for this tournament alone. And also a true testament to that is seeing these gentlemen here for the first time in the World Championships in the final. You do see it evolving and getting better and being different, and everyone really forcing to have to adapt to it. This is a peculiar situation, though. What do you think Gilbert should be doing here? There's 38 seconds left. He's got a toe hold. He's not going to win by an advantage, and it doesn't look like he's going to submit him with the toe hold.
I think this is one of my most hated positions in Jiu-Jitsu, by the way, because I really can't think of anything decent to do from there except attack that toe hold. I don't think Kenny's going to tap.
Can he come up with it, though, in the last second?
Yeah, well, that's not looking like it, man. Kennedy looks really, really calm and composed there. Nunes, I think he waited too long.
He got the advantage. He got the advantage.
He needs two to win there.
Can he come up?
Can he come up? Yeah, that's smart.
Kennedy gets it done here and becomes the lightweight black belt world champion in his first year. Incredible performance. I didn't see the lead up, but I know Flow Grappling has all of those videos archived. I would definitely want to see that road to victory here today as a young, new black belt. Wow, that's an amazing accomplishment.
Props to Kennedy. I think that Nunes took way too long to pull the trigger. It's like he was getting stacked the whole fight. He was losing, and then with like a minute left, like, oh, let's try something different. My whole mindset is like, if you're behind, like, there's no such thing as waiting. Like, every second that goes by favors your opponent. You got to do something now. You're behind. You got plenty of time.
It was all Kennedy. It was all Kennedy in that match, and he got it done and
completely dominated.
A new lightweight champion is crowned. I want to see a look at that takedown again.
Early in the fight, they shake hands. Kennedy just leaps for that ankle pick as Nunes is sitting.
It was so fast.
Yeah.
That takedown was so fast, man. You saw him really just snatch it, and that was the difference maker in this fight. You saw Nunes on his heels, but let's take a look at that. What an ankle pick.
He reaches for the head.
Wow.
And you know Nunes was thinking he was going to pull guard.
Yeah,
that's what was going through his mind. This guy's, because that's what you would expect Kennedy to do typically. He worked out, the timed it perfectly well in his favor.
That was great execution.